What's up, people? Ors, of course, here coming at you with another Paragon deck build. Today we're going to be looking at my boy Grux. He just got a rework. So let's go ahead and take a look at Grux's abilities real quick. So chop, and that's just his basic attack. We don't really need to talk about that. He goes up, he clubs you to death. GG. Now double pain, melee cleave, attack dealing 64.8 multiplied by 1.2 times plus an additional 35 basic damage to all enemies within range. So as always, his double pain is his hardest hitting move right there. It is a beast. He hits you with that double pain. Ugh, it does a lot of damage. So double pain, good. Smash grab or smash and grab. So the thing that I like about this, I feel like they made it more responsive. They made it more of a threat because it feels like it has a wider range now and it's quicker. Um, or maybe it just feels quicker, like feels instant now, which is good. And before that, maybe because the range was so short, it just felt off to me. But now it feels pretty good. If you're anywhere in that radius, he's snatching you. So I like that. Now this is new. They took away his lunge and or his dash, and they gave him like a little lunge. So Grux lunges forward a short distance, dealing 47 ability damage and knock up to enemies within 250 units of his destination. Cooldown of 12 seconds. So it does have a fairly good cooldown there, but awesome move. A little bit of a dash, so a little bit of a gap closer. Nothing great. I think it's even shorter than Twinblast's dash, so it's very short. But it does knock up anybody in that vicinity, and it's a nice little stun. So I like that they took away people's ability to dash out, just run away from fights. I think that's awesome. And then last here, his biggest change is his ultimate, the Warlord's Challenge. So Grux gains 50% damage bonus on basic attack and double pain for 14 seconds. Now at max level, I think it's 150 bonus damage. So he is hitting super hard. So I just want to go over this real quick just so that you can see kind of what has changed in Grux. They definitely made him I think what he's meant to be, one of those heroes that you just have to deal with or he'll get on your carry and destroy them. So GG right there. I love the changes that they did with Grux. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the cards here. So first card I have on here is Call of the Week. This right here is optional. This is an offlane deck for Grux. I also have a jungle build. I'll be posting that one shortly after this. Call of the Week is good just for that last hitting. It'll help you get those last hits, especially when you're being contested, by whoever, a carry and I assume a support. So Cole will help you get those last hits, help you farm up so that you get ahead, so that you can punish the people going against you in that safe lane. Optional though, like I said, the card that I usually go with before Cole though is going to be Living Guardian. The fortifying strikes are very good just for that extra sustain, and it lets you get the healing towers off the jump. So I like going with the Living Guardian first before Cole, just because I think it's more beneficial in the long run. Farm doesn't really matter if you can't farm, right? If you're dead. So I go with this. Next card on the list is the Nitro Boost. I like this card because of the sprint. The reason I keep this card in there is so that I can run people down, honestly. The 6 power is cool. I like the haste back in, before this patch, but the 6 power is a good little bonus as well. But that's why I keep this card in there. When they overextend as Grugs, you can punish them for that so severely, especially once you have your ult. Boom. Chase them down, get that carry out of the way, get that support out of the way. Nitro Boost is an awesome card. Now, Possess Spriken, this card right here is super beneficial, especially early game. It will allow you to have some great sustain, just to be a threat, just a horror to deal with. It gives you the 8 power, then 120 health, and more importantly, you gain 12.5 health regen. So it makes it very difficult for, especially in a 1v1, for people to out DPS you. What I mean by that is to be able to kill you before you can kill them, because you'll be fairly tanky and you'll have that health and you'll be doing some pretty good damage. So Possess Spriken, I say as soon as you get 3 points in Vitality, go ahead and pick that up, because this card, the sooner you can get it, the better. Now Blitz Rush, I put this card in there, but it's definitely optional. Grux, they took away his dash, so he no longer has an escape. So, well, or engage, I guess would be the other way. So Blitz Rush might come in handy for some people. It allows you to dash forward that 1,000 units, and it can also be used to escape if you really need to. As Grux, I don't think you're going to be escaping as much now. I mean, I think once you go in, you're going in to catch bodies. But a good card to help you engage, help you catch those people who overextend, and to punish them, especially now that they've taken dashes and escapes out of the game, is going back to more like Legacy, where if you overextend, you do get punished for doing that. Right here, Guard Piercer. This is another card I put in there just kind of like one of those midway points. Once you get 5 points, if you don't have anything you really want to put it in, go ahead and grab the Guard Piercer, do a little extra damage. But one of those cards you'll probably end up discarding fairly quickly. But it's good just to hit a little bit harder. Right here we have the Veil Stepper. This card gives you the 5 power, 8.8 health regen, 18 basic armor, and more importantly, the smoke screen. Like I said, they took away your dash, so you no longer have that ability to engage very quickly. So Veil Stepper will allow you to creep up on people to close that distance before they even know you're there. So, like I say, you pair that with Blitz Rush, it'll allow you to close some distance very quickly and get those ganks in, surprise people, especially if you're rotating from off lane to mid lane because you get some, you get a little freedom, you get a moment. So optional cards though, I say these are situational. If I see an opportunity to use them, I will. If I don't think they're needed, then we won't even bother with them. Hellfire, very optional card right here. I threw that in there because I had extra space in this deck. With Grux hitting so hard now, if you can get to end game and you have 7,000 gold that you saved up, this might be the play right here. Because with that extra 100 basic damage, you can really destroy some people. Even without Hellfire, you can destroy people. You almost one-shot supports, so and carries just about. So this card right here will definitely make you just a terror. Now these three cards right here, these are usually the cards that I will end up with at the end. Maybe you can swap out Veil Stepper for Numbing Rogue, but it's really up to you. But Numbing Rogue right here, I really like this card because it gives you the 300 health and the 36 basic armor. Grux, you don't really have to build a lot of attack on him right now, just because of the way that his kit now works. Even without any damage, he's still going to be hitting so hard. So just keep that in mind. You can build him, still with damage, but you don't really need to now. So I think Numbing Rogue is a great card because it reduces the opponent's attack speed by 20, which makes the carries, make the brawlers hit slower, which means you can take more blows, right? So I like this card because it just allows you to stay in the fight. Unstable Cyborg, like I say, I want to build him tanky for my Grux, very bruiser-ish. So Unstable Cyborg, the 14 power, 36 basic armor. And like I say, they have to deal with you now. Grux isn't one of those characters you can kind of ignore. If you let him run rampant, if you don't check him, if your team does not focus Grux, he's going to destroy the enemy team. There's no ifs, ands, or but about it. The only people that may survive are going to be other bruisers or other tanks, right? But any squishies on your team, any caster, any carry, any support that isn't tanky support is going to get destroyed. So this card right here, Unstable Cyborg, they have to deal with you. You'll be doing all that extra ability damage because they're focusing you. So I really like that card on Grux as he is right now. The last card is one that I haven't really used Deathcrawler in a long time, but it works very well on Grux now because he's supposed to be one of those slow, heavy hitting characters now, right? Get in there, hit you with that stun, hit you with the ult, and then just maul you down. So I like Deathcrawler because it gives you the 28 power, gives you the 24 basic armor, which is great. And then the attack speed is reduced by 50, but every 5 seconds your basic attack deals 250 bonus damage. This is what I was saying, that you were basically one-shotting people. With this card right here, once you dash in there, or not dash in, once you actually run up on your people now, you hit them with your grab because the range got increased a little bit, looks like. You hit them with your grab, you hit them with your stun if you need to. Throw that ult down, double pain, hit them with your basic. It's over. Like, nobody's surviving that. You just killed like 2 people. So I think Deathcrawler is very good on Grux right now. Attack speed, I don't think he really needs it, but it will be interesting to see if people are going to build him like a carry like they used to back in Legacy. They used to build him very carry-ish. But I think this is the way to go. More bruiser, more brawler. Um, that slow swinging, heavy hitting person that you have to deal with. So this is how I'm building Grux right now. I'm gonna put a little bit of gameplay that I got in with some bots, the veteran bots, which are a pretty good challenge. I think they tweaked them a little bit, so now it seems like a fair match. Because at one point they were a little over the top, right? Um, So I'm gonna put that in. Hopefully later today I can get some matches in, because right now it's just crazy trying to get into a match and get some of these heroes. So later on we'll do a live stream. If you made it this far, thank you for staying. We're gonna get to the gameplay now. So we're going to go ahead and start from right here. I just wanted to get the last couple of minutes of the game, of the bot match that I was doing, because it shows what Grux looks like in game with this build. This is more of my jungle build right here, but as you see, I catch this Revenant, and the damage isn't like super crazy right there, but he definitely chops him down pretty quick. Now this Dekker, now I catch her when Deathcrawler is definitely off cooldown. She comes right here, almost one-shot her, like not a game, and then boom, smash and grab, and it's a wrap. So as you can see right there, I mean, Grux is no joke. If he catches you with the Death Crawler off cooldown, he's taking at least half your health right there. In Dekker's case, most of her health. So yeah. So now starting from here, we get a nice little engagement. I think it's like 4v me. But right here, I'm building Grux somewhat tanky. I mean, I have Unbroken Spirit and I have Growth Totem, and this Revenant, he ults me, which is awesome because it makes us in a 1v1. Don't 1v1 him as a carry because it does down well, or it doesn't go well. As you see, like I chopped him down very quick. Same thing with Dekker. I just took a chunk of Rampage health right there. And he's going to end up getting away, actually. I didn't want to dash after him. And then this Gideon. Now, Gideon's ult, I was very afraid of it. But if you're building anywhat tanky, especially with Unbroken Spirit, you basically heal for the amount of damage that he's doing to you. Like, it's really not that bad. I think Gideon's still going to be a viable hero, but he's not. I don't think he's going to be as OP as people think, especially if he single ults. I think it's going to be like when he ults in team fights now. That's going to be really bad. But in any case, like right here, we go ahead, we take the tower down. As you can see, that's his dash right there. It's nothing crazy, right? But yeah, if you're building Grux somewhat tanky, on top of Deathcrawler, it's GG. It's going to be very hard for them to kill you, and they're going to have to send a lot of people to deal with you. So this right here is basically the end of the match. As you can see, I'm a little bit cautious because there's 4 of them up there. But they do give me an opening, and for some reason this Revenant, I mean the computer Revenant, he ults you whenever like he can. Apparently he just wants to get you in a 1v1. So we go ahead and we get him. We miss our double pain, and yeah, I apologize. I don't play Grux too often, so I missed a couple of his smash and grabs. This Gideon ults on nothing, so we jump on him, and watch how quickly he goes down though. That's what I'm talking about. Grux hits so hard now, especially with Deathcrawler. It's just filthy damage, and that's not even with the ult activated. So just keep that in mind. With that ult and Deathcrawler, you're gonna do a ton of damage. Right here, our Richter gets the pull. Go ahead and take out Rampage, and then steal. And now this is where I get a little silly. So the Dekker's still alive, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm about to go 2-tap her real quick. So I hit her. She's almost dead. And then I walked into the base. I didn't think I was there yet, but I did. And I don't know if you can hear it, but I even whispered idiot to myself there. But in any case, this is the end of the match. We ended up winning our little bot game here. This is just to show you kind of what Grux looks like now. Let me know what you think about Grux down in the comments. You think it's a good rework? You think he might need to be nerfed? What do you think so far? Because some of you might actually got to play him in PvP or play against him. As always, people, thanks for watching the video. We'll see you in the live stream. This is Orsa Course. Peace.